Imagine that I'm speaking with my normal voice,
and then suddenly I start talking like this.
and it works extremely well. The only thing I have to do is take an audio file or record myself directly, and then I'll feed that audio to the algorithm, which will convert my voice into another voice, for example, a female voice, a male voice, a cartoon voice, whatever I want. This is going to be super useful for things like dubbing, for example, anime, a series, or movies that you create with AI, or even for making your own advertisements. And I could also easily speak in another language, which would simply allow me to share what I create with artificial intelligence internationally in other languages. For that, there's a service linked in the description, and I'm going to show you how you can do this too. Once you sign up for the service just below, you can go here on the left side to the voice changer section. The only thing left to do here is simply either drag and drop an audio file directly in there, or just record an audio. Of course, it's important to have a good quality audio to start with, so record yourself in a quiet space, and it can work really well, for example, with a smartphone. A little tip, when I was studying, I studied to be a cameraman, and to record sound for my voiceover, my teacher recommended recording directly inside a car. There's nothing better as a recording studio than recording your voice inside a car, because a car is specifically designed to be insulated from road noise. So the inside of a car is extremely well insulated for capturing sound and for recording your voice. Once I've dropped my file here or recorded an audio, I'll focus on the settings right here in the voice section. Here, you'll be able to find different voices, including the ones you may have created or selected yourself. If you're looking for voices, you just need to go to the voices section here, and then you simply listen to the voices that interest you. Of course, if you want something more specific, click on filter and you can choose, for example, the language, maybe cartoon characters, then the gender, age, and so on. If you particularly like a voice, just click the plus sign and it will be added to your voices. When you come back here, you'll be able to select the voices you previously chose. Next, you have different models here. For example, the multilingual one, which is actually suitable if you want to use French, then English, then Italian, then German. If you want, this model really helps you avoid any accent issues. If you use the section just above here, you'll get a voice that's tailored to the language specified. In this case, it would be English. So if your audio is in Italian, there will be an accent. So I really recommend sticking with the multilingual option here, which works very well. Then you have different levels here where you can control the stability of the voice, whether you want it to be more variable or more stable. The similarity throughout the entire audio sample. So if you want something that stays very similar from start to finish, otherwise you might get significant variations and exaggerated style. So if you want the voice to express more emotion or not, for example, if you want to create a voice where a character is actually crying, then you would increase this level. Be careful, if you go over 50% on any of these parameters, you'll usually get a warning telling you that it might cause instability. Instability could mean, okay, maybe some words won't be pronounced very well, but mostly we're talking about artifacts. These are sounds that get mixed into the audio, into the voice, and they can distort the voice a bit. They're little noises and things like that. So be careful with this if you want a really clean result and want to avoid these little issues. Don't worry, just be gentle with the settings, and every time you go over a threshold, you'll get a warning that pops up. Then, if you record it in a noisy environment, you can remove the background noise, and I encourage you to use the speaker boost to get an audio level that's already pre-normalized and pre-compressed. In this case right here, for example, I have a woman's voice.
I have never been hurt by anything I didn't say.
So I'm going to apply it to my own voice. I'm going to click on Record Audio.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Franck et je vous enseigne plein de choses sur l'intelligence artificielle.
So let's listen to how it sounds.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Franck et je vous enseigne plein de choses sur l'intelligence.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Franck et je vous enseigne plein de choses sur l'intelligence artificielle.
And I think it's great because you'll be able to use different voices that are really high quality. I have a certain tone of voice, and if I want to make, for example, a series, a movie, or some animations, well, my voice might not always fit, especially since I might have, for example, female characters. So with this kind of solution, I can record my own voice directly and instantly convert it with a very high level of quality. It's much better than just taking text and generating a voice. Because here, if you're used to recording voices, you'll really be able to get the intonation you want, since it's you who will actually be providing your voice. And then the AI will copy your voice, integrate it into another model, and allow you, for example, to imitate Alice, Charlotte, or lots of other people. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Beyond that, this tool can also be used for a ton of other things. For example, you can create sound effects. All you have to do is enter a prompt in here, and you can create a sound directly. Or even, you can simply enter some text and then ask the artificial intelligence to say that text using this or that voice. And of course, you can also directly drop your audio files or YouTube videos in here so they can can be dubbed into another language. There you go. I tried a bunch of other services like this, and for me, this one is the best. In any case, I hope this gives you lots of ideas for your own creations. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, and I can't wait to see your projects. Bye!